I love you, but I'm gonna take your throne, brother.
It all started with a seemingly innocent meeting, one that has now become infamous. Boxing legend Mike Tyson and social media influencer turned fighter Jake Paul were reportedly spotted together, instantly sparking excitement among fans and followers of both. To many, the chance encounter between the boxing veteran and the internet's most provocative fight figure seemed like the beginning of something groundbreaking. Would they announce a collaboration, perhaps a joint venture? Or more thrilling, a potential face-off in the ring? The possibilities were endless and anticipation was high. But what actually happened in that room was far from anyone's wildest predictions. It's reported that within moments, a remark from Jake Paul led Tyson to an explosive breaking point.
I'm here to make $40 million and knock out a legend. I don't give a fuck about anything else. And he's the one that wanted it to be a pro fight, so he's gonna get his ass knocked out for real, on a real record. You're gonna see on Box Rec, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Jake Paul KOs Mike Tyson. I'm not here to do shit besides make a bag.
Mike, you were the youngest heavyweight champion of all time, the most vicious. You were a guy that carried these sorts of press conferences. Now, where you are in your life, beloved by so many of these people are here for you. Why at this stage would you step into the ring again?
I don't know. That's the funny question, because I can. Who else can do it but me? Let's look at it. Who else is he gonna fight to make this happen? Listen, you just have to listen to the facts.
Igniting a clash that neither man saw coming and the sports world would never forget. Sources close to the scene describe the initial tone as amicable, even friendly. Observers say Tyson and Paul exchanged pleasantries, possibly diving into a lighthearted discussion about the current state of boxing and the fight industry. It wasn't long before the two were sharing thoughts, comparing their vastly different paths and contributions to the sport. But that calm wouldn't last. Out of nowhere, Jake Paul allegedly made a comment that hit Tyson right where it hurt. While reports differ on exactly what was said, insiders suggest that the remark was personal, perhaps a jab at Tyson's age, his legacy, or his controversial career moments. At that moment, Tyson's entire demeanor shifted. His face reportedly went from relaxed to steely, his gaze hardened, and the energy in the room became charged with tension. Those present described Tyson's reaction as visceral, a return to his primal, no-holds-barred spirit that once made him the baddest man on the planet. Known for his explosive power and iron will, Tyson's body language reportedly changed instantaneously. It was like watching a lion get poked one too many times, one observer later noted. Within seconds, a verbal exchange escalated, and Tyson, seemingly unable to hold back, let loose with force. In that moment, it was clear that even outside the ring, Tyson was every bit the fighter who once struck fear in his opponent's hearts. And for Jake Paul, the reality of his words set in too late. In Tyson's powerful presence, Jake wasn't over his head. From Paul's perspective, the reaction was unexpected, catching him entirely off guard. According to sources close to Paul, he was stunned and completely unprepared when Tyson's tone changed so suddenly. "I didn't mean to disrespect him, I was just making a point," Paul reportedly explained to his team afterward. Known for his brash attitude and knack for confrontation, Jake Paul has always prided himself on his fearlessness. But Tyson's response was different.
How long do you think this thing will last?
Not long, as soon as I catch him, because he's going to run like a thief. I don't see how he's going to make an exciting fight by running all day. He's supposed to be the young guy. He's supposed to walk right through me. I'm an old man. He's going to run all fucking night.
So he can't stand toe-to-toe and punch with you?
Well, I think he should try it. He's a younger man. He should be able to handle punches from an old, withering man like me.
It wasn't just a verbal comeback or a witty jab, it was a stark reminder of the power Tyson still wields. Paul, who typically shrugs off clashes with bravado, seemed visibly shaken, and the impact of the incident left him reflecting on whether he'd ever fully recover from what had just happened. After the confrontation, reports began to flood in detailing the extent of Jake Paul's injuries and sparking intense debate across social media. Insiders close to the fighter revealed that the damage was far worse than anticipated, potentially placing his boxing career on the line, at least for the foreseeable future. For Jake's millions of fans, this was devastating news. Paul's career has been built on his fearless attitude, his willingness to step into the ring with seasoned professionals, and his audacity to prove critics wrong. But this encounter with Mike Tyson, they say, was on a completely different level. Tyson's infamous reputation as one of the hardest hitting heavyweights in history isn't just a tale. It's a reality Paul allegedly experienced firsthand. Jake's team now finds itself in a race against time. Medical assessments and rehabilitation plans are in full swing, with his staff doing everything possible to accelerate his recovery. However, those close to him report that Jake's physical state is far from ideal. Rumors swirl that he may require weeks, if not months, of physical therapy before he can even think about stepping back into the ring. His condition is reportedly fragile, with some questioning if he can or even should return to a sport that now seems more dangerous than ever. Meanwhile, Jake Paul's supporters and detractors are lighting up the internet with impassioned discussions and polarized opinions.
One, nice tight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5.
The community of fans who admire Paul's tenacity is now split down the middle. Some applaud his courage for even daring to engage with Tyson, a man they regard as a living legend and one of the most intimidating figures in sports history. For these fans, Paul's audacity represents the fearless spirit they've come to associate with him. To face Tyson, even in a non-sanctioned setting, takes guts, commented one of his supporters on social media. They see the incident as a testament to Paul's willingness to go to any length to prove himself. Others, however, question his approach, suggesting that this time he may have pushed things too far. Comments on various forums and social platforms reveal a skeptical perspective. For some, Jake's reputation as a provocateur has crossed into recklessness. He could have just walked away, but he didn't, says one critic, hinting that maybe this was a situation Jake should have avoided. They question whether the risk of physical harm, especially at Tyson's hands, was worth the drama and spectacle. The backlash hasn't deterred Jake, though. Always one to face criticism head-on, he has reportedly promised fans that this setback is only temporary. "I'll be back stronger," he allegedly told his supporters, hinting at a future comeback with renewed vigor. For Jake, the incident has become another chapter in the saga. He's building a story of resilience, of bouncing back from adversity, no matter how daunting. For Jake Paul, this is not just a fight for recovery, it's a fight for his future. Despite the physical toll, he's determined not to let this incident define him or derail his career. Friends close to him suggest that he's already back in the gym, albeit with limited physical activity, working on a strategy that could keep him in the spotlight even if his ability to box is temporarily curtailed. Some insiders speculate that he may take this time to explore other avenues, perhaps even venturing deeper into the media world he once dominated before his boxing career took off. But whether he shifts focus or continues down his path in the ring, Jake's story has taken a dramatic and unexpected turn, with fans eagerly awaiting every new development. As the days unfold, one thing is clear: Jake Paul's resilience will be tested like never before. This confrontation with Mike Tyson has pushed him to a new realm of physical and mental endurance, leaving fans both anxious and excited to see what he'll do next. And for Paul, the
Stay locked in. Sharp. Sharp. Yeah, sharp. Make it sharp. up. You see him with your hand. There you go. I like that. I like that. 3, 2, 1. On the line. Got 3. Sit. Up.
Stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't just about redemption. It's about proving that he can withstand the toughest challenges, even when they come from the most formidable opponents. Will he rise to the occasion, or will this experience change the course of his career? For Jake Paul and his fans, the journey ahead is sure to be as unpredictable as ever. As shocking as the incident was, Jake Paul's decision to take legal action against Mike Tyson has intensified the spectacle. According to statements from Paul's team, the influencer-turned-fighter plans to file an official lawsuit alleging assault and seeking substantial damages for the injuries he claims to have sustained. The revelation has caught the attention of fans and analysts alike, with legal experts already weighing in on the potential ramifications of a case involving two of the most controversial and high-profile figures in the sports and entertainment world. Some wonder whether the lawsuit is a strategic move on Paul's part, a bid to claim the upper hand in a rivalry that has captivated millions. This lawsuit has only added fuel to an already raging fire, stirring up public opinion on both sides. For some fans, Paul's decision is seen as bold and even courageous, a demonstration of his determination to confront Tyson, even if that fight now plays out not in a ring, but in the courtroom. He's not just a talker, he's someone who stands up for himself, commented one of Paul's supporters online, reflecting the attitude of those who believe this is about justice, not just publicity. Others, however, see Paul's actions as opportunistic, suggesting that he's using the legal system to score points against Tyson after what may have been an unwise confrontation. These critics argue that by pursuing a lawsuit, Paul may be feeding the controversy for personal gain. The ramifications of this lawsuit reach beyond the boundaries of the boxing world, with implications that could influence how both Paul and Tyson are perceived on a broader cultural stage. For Jake Paul, this case has the potential to be a career-defining moment, underscoring his resilience and his willingness to stand up to one of the sport's most respected figures. It's a chance for him to send a message that, despite his brash reputation, he's serious about defending his rights and maintaining his position in the fight industry. Yet, some observers question whether Paul's approach risks alienating his fan base, particularly those who admire his boldness and competitive spirit more than his courtroom tactics. Can Paul, known for his toughness and charisma, navigate this legal struggle without compromising the image he's worked so hard to build? As legal preparations unfold, all eyes are on both camps to see how they will handle the coming storm. Will Tyson confront Paul publicly, addressing the accusations head-on? Or will he let his legal team handle the matter behind closed doors? And for Paul, the challenge is equally daunting. Can he balance his public persona with the realities of a high-profile lawsuit, keeping his fans on his side while pursuing what he believes is justice? The stakes are monumental, not just for Paul and Tyson, but for the entire sports and entertainment world. This case has set a precedent, raising questions about the limits of confrontation in the fight industry and the line between promotion and personal vendettas. Whatever the outcome, it's certain that the ramifications will reverberate for years to come, reshaping the paths of both fighters and leaving an indelible mark on their legacies. As the saga unfolds, the public remains riveted, eager to see how these two giants handle a showdown that's unlike any they've faced before. The confrontation between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul marks a striking new chapter in what has become one of the most captivating rivalries in recent sports history. Though they come from different eras and embody contrasting values, their paths have repeatedly crossed, each moment adding fuel to an already volatile mix. Jake Paul, with his relentless social media presence and penchant for challenging established fighters, has become a disruptive force in modern boxing. Mike Tyson, on the other hand, remains a symbol of the sport's golden age, where grit, discipline, and respect were paramount. with Paul consistently pushing the boundaries of boxing's norms, and Tyson providing unapologetic commentary on the state of the sport. Their clash was, perhaps, inevitable, but this latest incident has intensified their feud beyond simple. Words, it's a full-blown confrontation now laced with personal stakes, legal implications, and the weight of legacy. Their rivalry transcends boxing skills and titles. It represents a battle of ideologies, a clash of philosophies, and eras that pits the old-school warrior ethos against the flamboyant, entertainment-driven style of modern influencers. For Tyson, boxing has always been about honor and a strict code of conduct. He rose to fame through a punishing work ethic, a formidable in-ring presence, and a respect for the craft, all elements that helped define his legacy. Jake Paul, however, brings a new stylish, social media savvy, brand-focused approach that blends entertainment with athleticism. His approach has attracted millions of young fans and has changed the landscape of boxing, though it has also sparked controversy. As the two paths finally collided in a shocking altercation, the tension between them was not just personal, it was symbolic, representing the divided world of modern and traditional boxing. For Jake Paul, the incident is perhaps the most consequential event of his career so far. Known for his bravado and willingness to go toe-to-toe with both the sport and its critics, he now faces a decision point. This confrontation with Tyson, which began as a bold act of defiance, may have turned into a wake-up call, one that forces him to reflect on the consequences of his actions and his place in the world of boxing. Will he continue on his current path, challenging tradition and pushing boundaries, or will this clash with Tyson steer him toward a different direction? For his fans, many of whom see him as an icon of resilience and tenacity, this is the ultimate test. He must now balance his public persona, one built on audacity and bravado, with the real-life fallout of his choices. The confrontation between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul has captivated fans, observers, and critics alike, setting the sports world on fire. Beyond the personalities and the spectacle, it offers a glimpse into the complex dynamics between two men. Despite their differences, they share an unrelenting drive, an indomitable will, and an ability to captivate millions. As the lawsuit progresses and the world watches with bated breath, one thing is clear: this isn't just a passing controversy. It's a clash of titans, a collision of old and new, and a story that will reverberate through the boxing world for years to come. And as the next chapters unfold, both men's legacies will be shaped, not just by their fists, but by the choices they make in the face of this unprecedented challenge.
The Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight has just been canceled. Here's why. The fight was originally an exhibition match, meaning it will not affect anyone's boxing record, as it was for fun and just a money grab. However, things got serious after Jake disrespected Tyson's daughter. Mike is now pissed and has stated this is now a matter of pride. He went ahead and canceled the exhibition and has turned the fight official, meaning this will affect both fighters' records. Tyson, now unbound by any rules, can unleash his full power and beat the shit out of Jake. However, if Tyson loses this, it will forever be on his record. 50 years from now, when people hear the name Mike Tyson as one of the greatest heavyweights to ever live, they're going to see Jake Paul as his last opponent who KO'd him. It's bad enough his last two opponents were losses, and this was late in his career. This might be a good thing, though, as after nearly 20 years of no professional fighting, we get to see Tyson one last time get a beautiful knockout. That's a good way to end your career, but it is a very risky move. Let me know in the comments who you think will win.